Here we go. We are back alive and kicking with more ESL Pro League APAC finals action. Unfortunately, it looks like the server went kaput, so we had to get that solved and make sure the players were happy and all ready to go and warmed up again. So we get back into this one. Obviously, the scoreline was 13-9, and we've been hit with a bout of fake news. I had a dream. I thought we were there, and then yeah, we had a little cheeky reload. I'm just gonna let it happen at this point. You know, we try to avoid it. You know, we started out this evening thinking real professional, sort of real, everything, you know, be on point. We wanted to make sure production value was up there for you guys. And it's all just slipped away, hasn't it? Can't even show you that round, unfortunately, as we do get a cheeky reload of the GoTV. Not ideal, but these things happen, folks. These things happen. Obviously, the big thing to be looking at right now is the fact that we've got a whole lot of Deagles and CCs in play for our current leaders, Grayhound, and 13-10. It's important they start to take perspective of where they're at in this game. Only 3 rounds, not a huge gap for them to work with anymore. The time for playing is over. Really have to step up. But that's the beauty of these APAC finals. It is going to test the mettle of these teams. Make sure that the best teams move forward. Yeah, putting in a bit of work. So far, so good. Temke, meanwhile, securing a double kill. Really pushes back these pistols. Dick Stacy, meanwhile, taking down Mara. Works out relatively well. So now it just leaves Gratisfaction and Malta. 2 Deagles. Still, of course. You never know what will happen if they can find themselves a headshot. Always worth pointing out. I mean, Temke's 14 HP and NCL's 28, so it's not a complete write-off. Not by a long shot. A lot of noise being made. Gratisfaction not checking his back. Means that he will be taken down. That is just Malta. Just an AWP. Not really going to be playing for the win, especially when you take into account the clock, but you know what? The fact he's got an AWP in his hands, I'm okay with that. I don't think they know he's got an AWP either, which is almost quite funny, but unfortunately he can't quite escape. He'll be taken off. And there things go 13-11. He's definitely fighting their way back in here. Keeping a very close eye on Gratisfaction right now. He was the driving force to getting them 13 rounds in the first place. Same close ramp play. The only difference is NTL are also very close to Palace. Window smoke does come in. Temke now left blind because of that. It is going to be overrun. 4 players. All there, just creating a bit of a ruckus. Can't do anything with it though, and that's always the problem. You often find teams take mid-control Mirage, but then just aren't able to actually turn that into something. And even if they do here, I mean, the issue they've got is just the way that MongolZ are playing this. They can take ramp control off of them and then split them. CTM ramp when the push comes in from Connector and Palace. It is the perfect response from MongolZ, really. Now, on paper, there is no better defense than this. Honestly, it does depend on them hitting their shots, which isn't really happening in fairness so far. Dick Stacy taking down Temke is a big kill to find as it nullifies all that ramp presence. Leaving just Temke and CT pushing up on the left-hand side. Gratisfaction just going to hold the angle of the AWP. Misses the shot, so allows Temke to get close. Nice little flash though, leaves him blind. Gratisfaction gets the re-peek and voila, you got yourself to 14. slowly but surely. Hard to see Grayhound formulate this B play. Satisfaction early on looking. Get something with this all. Gonna be smoked off though, so decides to back away and imagine we'll go towards mid. Very undecided terror side actually hit. Clearly just not quite sure what they want to do. Start to see a lot of short presence, but that could instantly be responded to by Mara. He can just peek out time and time again and get pick after pick. It's such a valuable play for him to be on short right now. Not only that, but the molly he can throw up in towards the BF side of things really slows down any sort of advances. Pushes them in towards underpass, but you know what? Fair play. You got Man Machine, Dick Stacy in play. Screw it. Who cares? Dude just gets a double kill, opens up the A site completely. And you've only got one person to deal with. That is Temka. Tucked in towards the back of Firebox right now. He is just going to be playing peekaboo with some wooden crates. Let's see what he can do. Dick Stacy, the man, the myth, the machine. Hello, 3 kills for him. Temka still going to not go down without a fight. Tangu does take down Dick Stacy, finally slaying. Dragon leaving just Urkus now to hold on to this round. Let's see the flash smoke plate. As well, just unable to find the kill. Might be some great frags from Dick Stacy, but it will not be around. 14 to 12. Mongols. That is going to batter the economy of Grayhound. Keep it very much all over the place now. You got some players on 3k, some players on 5k. Gonna leave them in a tight spot. I mean, they can go into this one, but realistically, what we're seeing is a great opportunity now. Mongols to push for that 14-14. You can kind of see that from Grayhound. Actually, they decide not to even buy. Just going to go for the CZs and the light pistols here. So, wanting to get that kind of all-out AK or full utility buy together. Not going to run the risk here of having to do something a little bit more scrappy. Spraying him down. Doesn't get more uncomfortable than that, especially when there are smokes in the way, but it is what it is. Just spotting them in connector as well. Kind of smokes himself off, so doesn't really get the vision, but his teammates have got him covered anyway. One little CZ. Just wishing it could have the impact he wanted to. Gratisfaction. Hang on a second. Could have been something. Bomb does get planted, bear in mind. Gratisfaction is going to hold the angle. Lands himself the tag, but not quite the kill. Hungry for a gun. Oh, Temka is going to get straight on the defuse. Dude, that's just harsh. You give him no way to fight the round by getting straight on the defuse. Obviously, jokes aside, the smart play from Temka. Like I said, the chase of 14-14. Conclusion, of course, will come in the form of the full buy from Grayhound. They saved every penny to get this right. You'd hope they got something to go with it. An idea of some sort. The Temka already just going to take the peek. Actually throws just a deep nade. Look at the damage it does. Gratisfaction at a 57 HP. Stacy also being hit by it, struck down to 82. We start to see them work their way up, just maneuvering themselves into connector. That's exactly where 2 players stand. Temka, you got to hit that Malta. Able to find that duel, reversing it in favor of Grayhound. That's a big kill to find. MCL at least able to trade as Mara gets aggressive, but being spotted. There's a lot of information up to this T side. Now they know to expect across the map, but that will definitely affect the decisions they make. Making a lot of noise in mid right now. Seconds now remain. They do decide to opt for this A play. Malta pushing in the way he is would definitely be beneficial. Flash might have just covered his footsteps, but let's see what he can do. Temka handing a bit of damage, finally eking out for the kill as Hangu assists him. Dexter and Gratisfaction are the only two options now for Grayhound. That's a big shot to find from Gratisfaction. He holds the cross, but unfortunately unable to land it. Means it all falls to the lap of Dexter. Flash is going to be bad. The second one pretty good, but NCL not going to peek anyway. Mara's kind of the problem, though. Oh, missing the shot and the pistol. Mara, hello! Oh, buddy! Praise be to your teammate, NCL, because without that, could have been completely different and an embarrassing outcome. I mean, I'm just going to trip up my words for a little bit, because that is just What is that? I mean, how does it get that close? How does Mara not just kill him the first time around? You get the peak, everything's perfect, life is good. That should be yours. Every day of the week, that should be yours. Obviously now, 14-14, the pressure really should hit Grayhound slap in the face. A team who, to the majority, have a clear upper hand in this series. Now starting to run the risk of losing this first map, as this is just a complete bloodbath over on 8. 15-14, match point for MongolZ. The money situation for Grayhound is just not pretty either. About 3k a player. What are they going to be able to squeeze up? I mean, what do you think about here? Really, if you're Grayhound. I guess in a sense it's calculating the buy. How just stacking their pauses, I like that. Obviously, if they do win this, they do have the chance to take it to OT, so not completely out for the count, but the ref's certainly starting to count. Lockout pending. Start to see some purchases made. Yeah, but looks like it is going to be 2 SMGs, 3 CZs, a whole lot of mollies and smokes. Always part of me thinks there's an execute in here somewhere. Or at least something composed. Obviously, the move from MongolZ so far is just to get a play instantly and ladder him. That brings him up. Gonna see a little bit of aggression through the B-apps area. A few shots coming up in towards window, but nothing really gonna come off that just yet. A lot of noise being made. Temcrash, you're gonna have to throw his molly down as well, just to resist any of this short push that could have happened. They're just going to sneak it around. I think he just spotted Temgap, maybe? I can see his feet. Knows pretty much what's happening there. They expect the second player in jungle, though. I mean, that is the question now. The molly after molly being thrown. Grayhound just trying to make a whole lot of noise to make them think it's an A player, but when you look at the map, you start to think, no, this is almost certainly them trying to hit B. They're just looking for that opportunity, looking for an opening that will impact their decision. They are nearly becoming that, down to 58 HP. Are going to miss the shot. That's going to prompt the B play. Here we go. The push comes in. The CZ riles up for one. Urcast a big kill. Now whipped out. Looking for a second. Lands up. Finds the flick. Now looking for a third. Urcast has to find this kill. They have to take him down towards bench. And he does. Slaps him home through the brick wall to make it a 2 versus 2. Bomb trying to be planted. Gratisfaction slips in with the UMP to find the frag he needs. Buying them time. 10 seconds on the clock. Nearly burning in the flames. He will. But on 12 HP... he stands proud. Get yourself excited. Get yourself on your knees. Because this could be overtime. Temka just going to come waltzing on out. But Urcast has it down. A quad kill with the AWP to keep the Grayhound dream alive. We are going to overtime. If it was enabled on the server. There is that at least. A little bit awkward. Looks like wasn't quite expected to have the OT there. Oh, and we get a cheeky reload out of it as well. Obviously just going to let the admin sort of figure things out for a minute, guys, as we do get overtime hopefully set up. Should be a pretty epic bout between these two teams. Right now, unfortunately, we are on Inferno, which is a little different from Mirage, to say the least. So I'm going to let them get that going, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you right back into the action in just a few moments' time. Do not go anywhere, folks, as you are here with us, of course, for the ESL Pro League APAC finale. 2 spots up for grabs for Dallas. 8 teams. 6. Gonna have their dreams crushed. Find out who it's gonna be as you join us on an epic weekend.
This game, I'm a master bowman.
Wait, nice skills, but you gotta pump up that look. Let's game flip it.
What? Game flip?
Yeah, Game Flip. Proudly endorsed by SK Gaming. Game Flip is the marketplace where 3 million gamers buy and sell items from thousands of games, including CSGO.
Much better. Looking good.
Join our ESL Pro League giveaway.
Be a boss. Buy and sell on Game Flip. We are back. We are legendary. Cologne.
The strike comes in for Ray!
We are one.
Hello and welcome back to ESL Pro League. You're here with us, of course, for our APAC finals. As we are in our elimination best of 3. Unfortunately, we have suffered a bout of technical issues here, there, and everywhere. But nonetheless, we are alive back in map number 1 at 15-15 in what is going to be 10k MR3 overtime, done the old-fashioned way. Obviously, Mirage, where we want to be right now. Glad to be back. We were on Inferno for just a second. That was a little trippy. But hey, the important thing is that Grayhound have all eyes on them. They were looking so good, and they began to fall out of the series, lose control. Fortunately, there was a lot of time spent between the rounds. I think it'd be unfair to say that that didn't have an effect on them, but nonetheless, both teams had an opportunity to center themselves going forward. Let's see what happens here. MongolZ already taking down one with the early AWP pick. A swift second connected as well as Gratisfaction. We claimed. There, of course, we do see the quick rotation coming in. Dexter going to go grab the bomb, and the B plate pretty much going to be the only real option for them now. Not a complete written off round. It is only a 3 versus 4. Anything can happen. It is going to be a tough one. An uphill battle for sure. A very aggressive NCL. Just going to be pushing through Palace. Get all the information of anything happening towards ramp as well. Obviously, we are just going to see them slowly creep up through short. Spotting Temka, who does take down one. Flash leaves them completely blind, then pushes them back towards bench, but Hangu takes down a cast anyway, finishes off Dexter for the multi-kill. And that is going to be the first round of OT. A 16-15 for MongolZ. Now we're looking at a double AWP setup. Mara and NCL to be wielding that. Seeing the early mid smoke. Malta to at least get out and seek that fight. Dexter meanwhile tapping down Temka to create at least something workable. Ultimately, it's good to see an advantage, I think, for Grayhound. In comparison to how things have played out in the past. NCL, it's a critical bit of information to find. Timka can then drop into connector and find the kill. The back of the information scouted out from that scope. See Grayhound completely uncommitted to anything they're doing right now. Just really biting the bullet and just going for anything. Includes a B hit here in this round. It looks like Dexter's going to sprint up short just to try and catch up with his teammates. And you're going to try and hold down B, but does get picked off by Gratisfaction, so at least there's that for them to work with. I've got NCL, of course, working his way out through market with the molly. To slow them down, the bomb has been planted, so we are in a retake scenario now, so at least we start to pluck out positives for Grayhound, which is already a welcome change in itself. Mara, though, buying time to come with this big flank. Now, little does he know that none of those players are up in B-Apps at all. They're all on towards short. Have to see what he can do there as Gratisfaction connects just another blow. Dick Stacey follows up on Mara, leaving just NCL now. A 1v3, frankly, written off the table. We're going to equalize. 16-16. I can't believe I'm looking at an auto sniper, but you know what? It's gonna work. I can sense it. Holding for that short push, waiting, expecting someone to come, just meandering on through that smoke. I just love the fact that you go for an auto sniper in a Pro League LAN. It just really shows kind of what you want to do here. Crazy, crazy stuff, but that's like I said, thought it was going to work. Unfortunately, Gratisfaction does create an angle. Picks him off, Dexter finds just another, and we're actually seeing a lot of kills collected here by Grayhound. Not a single player to fall currently. The execute just doing absolute bits for this T side. They're trying to take that 17-16 scoreline. Only one player left for them to find. That is Hangu. Seems like Dick Stacey aware of the fact he's tucked in on the corner. He does actually find himself too, so wasn't going to say much more than it was a welcome opportunity for him to create a exit to the round at least. Try and find maybe 2 or 3 kills. But a 1v5, probably not within the realm of possibility, and he's going to be swept up anyway. Now keeping, once again, a close eye on Gratisfaction. Aggressive on short, makes the jump work, but unfortunately only going to land the tag on Mara. Down to 16 HP he'll go. It's just damage, not quite the kill, no advantage just yet. While Temka and co come out through underpass. Be boosting him actually into window, which No singular defense there. It is huge. He can get himself into CT and just run right in the back lines. Grayhound, how have you let this happen? First things first, what are you going to do to respond to it? I mean, it's a tough question. Looks like Arcus is kind of aware of it, though. Actually spins back around. Fair play. The game sense of a Titan. Fortunately, still losing every duel, every bout. Hangu NCL kind of proving that point. Taking down a player apiece, leaving just Gratisfaction and that AWP still chilling over on towards shore. It started the round there, and it's going to end the round there too. Just trying to see if he can maybe get an exit or two. Damage is damage at the end of the day, but also might as well survive. Nonetheless, 17-17. Not really dead even. B teams locking horns. It's the first map of our best of three. Hopefully that foreshadows a very close battle. Continue into our second map right after this. We do need a conclusion to map 1 though. And honestly, I just don't know where it's going to go anymore. I thought it was pretty comfortable, the Grayhound. I thought we were almost going to be seeing something like a 16-6, but then things changed. We started to lose control. Started to almost get comfortable. And then in fairness to MongolZ, they took a few pauses and they found their groove. They found their rhythm. I give credit where credit is due. That's a short from Stacy trying to hold down B, but she's just going to lose the 1v1. Malta on short. Does at least find the tree, but not for long. Every player just being taken down as he dropped like flies. Coming in through market. Gratisfaction at least holding the cross, so going to be good for that. Dexter can find something on short, then you got yourself a 2v2, but Tamco's just ready and waiting. Why do I feel like this is just the Gratisfaction show at this point? Great shot actually lands on NCL, but isn't quite the kill. We'll get him on the exit though. He actually got time. No kit. Unfortunate. He can see the kit, but he hasn't got it. Go 18-17 now. One or two things about to happen. MongolZ will take map 1, or Grayhound are going to pull off the impossible once again. Win out the round with the lowest of weaponry and keep themselves in it. Already Mara down to 31 HP. Early damage certainly being done. A very mobile CT side currently is what we're witnessing. They are looking to hold on to this B site. That seems to be what is getting hit the most right now. We can look at the map as well and telegraph that it is going to be just another B hit. Nice smoke though, going to land towards the top of B apps. Malta playing super close. Once he finds value out of this position. Definitely still possible. 55 seconds. Smoke will begin to fade. Be gone by about 47. Now, they know it's not the A site. That's a given from the aggressive plays they've made. Clearing it out. Interesting is they have a little bit of lack of information in mid. Because they couldn't completely stack everyone out towards the site itself. Flash is good though. I can see what's coming on short, but they're not winning the duels. Temco able to get a double kill there. It's just disastrous. Mara still standing. That's insult to injury. As it is going to be a 1 versus 1. Dexter. Oh god, the pressure's on you, Dexter! Buddy! It's him again. Why is it got to be Dexter? I mean, fair play to you, but I mean, this guy is the guy that delivers for Grayhound. Brings it to OT. and then brings it the second OT as well. I mean, I don't take anything away from it. If anything, I commend him, because it's him time and time again stepping up for Grayhound, keeping them alive. That is absolutely nuts. Second OT, here we go. MK burning in the flames. That's 12 HP very early on into the round here. Malta on towards short, going to be very useful. As this B push comes in pretty early. His teammates seem to have uncovered him though. Dexter, meanwhile, also delivering for just a little bit more. Gratisfaction could well be given a pick towards underpass if we do see the repeat come through from NCL. I mean, this game is just crazy, isn't it, really? A minute left for them to work with. Grayhound over on that CT side, currently holding the advantage. Well, they can very easily lose that. Consider where they're at on the map. Our only thing is that NCL isn't really with his team. He's going to have to get up on towards short, which is... doesn't sound like much considering where he is, but it's the time that he's got to spend to get around. He can either go through connector, I guess, and just go for this big flank, but then he's not really playing with them. He's almost putting an island between him and himself. Or him and his teammates, sorry. So it's two different approaches, and when you consider right now, again, the position of Dexter, start to lose faith in this round really for Mongols. NCL will pretty much have to be a one-man army. He's going to come in though, finds not only the first, but turns for a second. Gratisfaction. Going to put him in the grave though. And it all comes down to Temka. Plant going to come through. 20 HP is all he's got. Dips on around the back of the pillar. Fires the one tap. Mongols, they kick their way through to the first round and second OT. What a way to keep this game alive. Grayhound just hanging on by a thread. Time around, 3 players dedicated towards B. We're sending Dexter close ramp very early on as well. Flames begin to come out. Dexter cast. Those are some nice kills, but keep it together, Dexter. Continuing to deliver from the site itself. Looking down Hanger, of course, get NCL trying to wrap him from triple. Left completely blind. Dick Stacy, this is your moment to peak. Coming in from CT, of course. But he doesn't deliver. Gratisfaction has to hold the cross. Comes in from connector, of course. Saving the day, effectively. First shot doesn't quite land. Malta's position is going to be known, and it's a 1v1. Gratisfaction should just be able to hold this angle, though. He should know what's coming. There is 45 seconds on the clock, but the position of the bomb does mean Timber is locked into A. Gets away with the cross, though. First shot then going to be missed. Timber then just tries to tap him down with a rifle, but the molly's most important. It allows him then to just go and grab that bomb. What a flick. You can't really predict that, in fairness to Vitimka. Once the molly's down, if he runs through it like that and just goes to the running shot, kind of a fair play moment, really. Ready. Gratisfaction put in the work in mid, delivering one early blow, but seeking a second. Temko will come out through underpass, already beginning to set himself up in connector, or at least towards the bottom of connector. The utility being invested by this T side just towards mid and short respectively, and you know what, they're getting the jewels with it as well. I mean, Malta is a great example of that. That certainly makes sense to see. Dexter again with the unparalleled aggression. Not Only one kill, but a chance at a second. Stacy just looking him around, but he'll get caught. 2 kills instantly given up. Well, bam, we're equal again. Game is just so undecided. I have no idea what's going to happen. Looks like Hangu wants to sell the idea it's B as well, which is pulling Dexter away. Which you just hate to see, because Mara is coming out on A. Hangu winning that duel was just even... Oh, no, Mara. Buddy. You are so lucky still to be standing right now. Dexter just walking up very, very close. And catches him. Headshot delivered. Means it is a 1v1 with a bomb left trapped. Towards that site. Just towards triple box. Forcing, of course, Hangu to push into his crosshair. Dexter, you're holding the headshot angle. There are 4 seconds on the clock. All you have to do is find the kill or stay alive. Neither of which he can do. A heartbreaking result, but it is what it is. Mongols still hold the lead just by the 1 round. Now we are yet again back at the early steps of an execution from Grayhound. CT smoke, stairs smoke's going to come through. Flashes are there as well. Dexter going to be winning both those fights in round, which is just unheard of when you look at it like that, but makes it work, which is hugely rewarding for this T side. Every kill just seems to suddenly fall into the lap. I tell you what, they execute the bread and butter of Grayhound. It's actually worked for them so many times, and the rounds they have been doing it, they've not been losing a single player, and this is testament to that hit. Obviously things equalized yet again. Not even going to try and do the math at this point, because I will get it wrong. It's 5 AM. I'm just gonna accept the good old phrase of cut me some slack. And instead of worrying about the math of the score, we'll just refer to it as 5-5. We'll keep it simple. At least that way we invoice the confusion of everybody. He'll get confused, I'll get confused. It'll be awkward for everyone. It's just not great. We are going to see, though, there's a few fights in mid beginning to break out. Temka able to find Malta. It's a welcome start. Dick Stacy does trade it, though, using the flames on Mara there, as I imagine a bit of damage was done just moments before. Dick Stacy actually going to get super aggressive in CT, and with an AWP shot missed, NCL certainly in a struggling spot, but lands a second follow-up flick as he gets a little too close for comfort. There we do have that 2v2 retake coming on in. Now it's worth noting, no kits in play. They'd have to go fast. Well, they both lose individually their own 1v1s anyway, giving Grayhound their first taste of match point. Already seeing more of the same from Grayhound, just utility being thrown down towards connector and mid. They begin to work up through short. Meanwhile, you have players all coming in through the apartment side of things. Very back and forth, but a lot of pistols are up against right now, so certainly not ideal for them to be losing these duels. I say that, and then Gratisfaction wins that, though, so I guess that's just irony in its purest form. The CZ is the only thing that remains. Timka missing the jump. The duel that he could have taken against Malta. Miss out on just because of that jump being missed. NCL, though, makes it seem a little bit more doable just by catching the head of his opposition. Rating is 1v2. Know where the bomb is also, so they should just be able to siege off of that. So, again, going back to what I opened into that statement with, which is just making it seem doable. Be picking up the AK, even more helpful. So just continues to creep on around. Whips out the knife and just going to switch backwards and forwards. To step in, just going to try and clear things. Takes the peek, lines them up, goes for the spray, but he can't decide on a target. We are going to another bout of OT. It just continues going on and on and on. 3 sets of OT in this game. The Pro League finals certainly set to deliver. Ready. Flash has come out towards B. Grayhound just hoping to bunch up, go together, which could work out super, super well when you consider the map. Mongols aren't expecting that play at all from them. So when that flash gets thrown, Hangu knows that he is in a rough spot. Decides to instantly just play retake, which I like. It's going to be a 5v5 retake though, so not sure totally what to make of it. But when you're missing a utility like that, I guess you do give the upper hand to Mongols. Dick Stacy at least taking down that initial player of Temka who tried to get himself in market earlier. Another one falls into place for Grayhound, continuing their lead as they go 5-3 up here. They're hoping for that 5 versus 3 to turn pretty easily in their favour. Or should I say more so in their favour, as Dick Stacy gets close on Mara, but unfortunately isn't able to close out. But we know what they're trying to do. They're just going to try and stay alive. No real winning condition here for our counter-terrorists anyway. Greyhounds will be taking the first round of their T-site in our 3rd set. Back into this once more. I hope we see the execute here, to be honest. I mean, it just works every time. I've said it multiple times now as well. Might be repetitive, but you just can't not love it. You see something that works like that, you want to see teams continue to use it. Mara landing a good opening pick at least is going to slow that down. And Molly landing towards Shadow means that that can't drop. NCL punishing Dexter. We might finally see the first round. The execute doesn't fully work. Dick Stacy trying to save the day. Gratisfaction going back and forth, but there you have it. It will crumble. Equalized once more. 7-7. Which translates to 25-25, of course. If my 5 AM brain is functioning properly at this point, that is. See the flash coming in towards underpasses. A quick fight to be taken. Temko finally going to win that, but I'm going to say the smokes might come back to haunt him, but in fact the shots just do not connect anyway. He survives, uses it as cover, disappears into the distance. And then hunt for more. That taste of blood leads to a second frag, and it just gets kind of worse from there. Dick Stacy, at least it'll turn it back on its head and secure the trade kill, but I must argue 2 for 1 was just not really what they wanted there. A little too late. Like it is going to be this collapsing play on jungle. Gratisfaction landing a pretty sick shot on towards NCL as they do clash heads. Demka desperately trying to hold on towards CT. Bomb will be planted. Mara just curving his scope around. Flash going to leave him somewhat blind in this 2v2, but just for a moment's notice, as it begins his mobile push on in, spotting Molter and Connector, but missing the shot. The jigger's up, missing the second as well. Mara, you've really got to hit that. Thank you, teammate. Thank you, Lucky Stars. Because it's Hangu make sure this round goes in favor of Mongols. 26-25 right now. Long way ahead for Grayhound, that's for sure. An early shot from Gratisfaction. So far so good for the CT side. Their issue has always been actually doing something like that though. Get the early pick once or twice. They sometimes even get a double kill, but we always tend to see someone like Temka or Hangu especially actually. Nice little opening picked up there. Dexter. Fortunately going to lose his head. Worth noting that these side are super spread out right now. With 50 seconds left, they will begin to group up for something. Looks like the B site is going to be their target. Painting. What's the giant red target on the back of Dick Stacy especially. Is that big line of defense there. Just shoulder peeking it. Surely he'll be able to see what's coming. He's got a molly as well, so try and slow it down. There you go. He spotted it. Molly's going to come out. Throws it towards Van instead. But you know what? It does its job. Teammate plays with him, and they mow them down. No more missing. Simply just hits. 26-26. Now, of course, drawn towards mid, see how things do play out. 3 of the T side be grouping up there to take that same duel. Pretty much more of the same every round so far. Now got Urkas just hidden on in connector. Looking to do some damage towards short if they do decide to go that way. Talked about Hangu though in his opening prowess. Case in point, takes down Dexter just like that, a click of your fingers. Gratisfaction at least able to sneak in 1, make it to 2. Okay then, buddy. Really trying to hold on. Doing everything for his team at this point with the AWP, just that hard carry mentality. 21-9. It's 2 sets of our 3 OTs so far. We are going to see them slowly step out through ramp. Ideally, Dick Stacy spots them and the AWP then does the work. Or vice versa. I think the important thing is you play this together when you're double stacked like this. Especially when your teammates are on beat. They're just trying to see if they can bait the noise of the plant. Decide to commit to it anyways. They instantly then withdraw towards ramp. Flash leaves them blind for a second. They're going to try and get on in. Shot miss from Gratisfaction. That's super uncharacteristic. Nonetheless, just going to make the push happen. Charging on forward. Dick Stacy finds the first. NCL, given his position up towards jungle. Not only to be thrown, he just needs his teammate to cover connector at this point. Gratisfaction posted on it. NCL creeping and up the body, covering for him, but Gratisfaction whiffs. Not like this. Dick Stacy dishing out the headshot with just a second to spare. He'll hop on the defuse with the kit and close it out for Grayhound. One more round, all they need. And they finally push the first map over the line. Mongols, though, they pick up the round. We're back in quad OT. Running this whole marathon again. Let's see what will happen. MongolZ seeming heavily invested over towards A, but actually decided to almost back away straight away. They just grabbed the bomb and ran up towards B. Worth highlighting. I'll actually scrap that point. We'll get into that in just a second after the game. But now let's keep an eagle eye. These 3 remaining players of MongolZ. Next, they're just hiding in shadow, which I like. Means that if NCL does come in through connector, they're just playing crossfire with her cast to shut him down. Or just trying to almost excavate an opportunity here with the AWP, but being given no room. No one is peeking. Grayhound know this is probably their last chance to really close out this game. They've been struggling desperately to get this map. We probably know how painful it is for MongolZ if they do find this as well, so certainly a lot on the line. So, but just by not peeking, they ensure they keep their 2-man advantage. He's going to squeeze in for another kill though. NCL finding his back-to-back headshots. He takes down Dexter. It's a 2v2. Make it all on NCL. 1 versus 2. Now just skip on back for the bomb. You're going to go A or B. 10 seconds. Going to have to beat the rundown short. Malta playing very, very close. Should be able to hear all of those steps. NCL knife out. There you have it. Grayhound, they finally claim map 1 in this best of 3. And that's the thing. It's just a best of 3. This is only 1 map. Second map is going to be coming right up. I was going to touch on it. I know it's a commonly requested point. Someone just asked me about it as well. The any sort of stutters you see, or light little ticks in the server, that's just a GoTV thing. You have to remind yourself that we are I am a British caster running the stream from England, casting Australian Counter-Strike. So just think about how that works for a second, and then everything will make sense. Nonetheless, folks, you are, of course, here with us for our ESL Pro League APAC finale. This is just day 1 in our elimination best of 3. I'm going to go take a moment, as it is 5 AM, to go grab some water, revitalize myself for a minute, get myself together. Hope you guys can too. We're right back with you for our second map in this best of 3 in just a few moments' time. Do not go anywhere. Join us for more incredible action.
Be focused.